When the world froze in 2020, no one could have predicted how deeply life as we knew it would change. For Kenya, the global pandemic was soon reflected in grim statistics. But behind each number lived a story waiting to be told. A 27-year-old pilot lands at Jomo Kenyatta International Airport having flown in from London. Tourism, the backbone of the economy, grinds to a halt. Hotels shut their doors. Boda riders step up, transforming into delivery services, ensuring essential goods reach those in need. Healthcare facilities face an uphill battle, struggling with shortages of medical personnel, equipment, and supplies. Initially, the rollout is slow, raising questions and uncertainties. Hesitancy lingers, fueled by misinformation and skepticism. However, as more vaccines become available and awareness campaigns intensify, people step up. While the pandemic's impact continues to be felt, the collective spirit of resilience prevails. Schools reopen their doors, albeit with strict health protocols in place. Students return to an altered classroom experience, masked up and maintaining social distance. Places of entertainment follow suit, adhering to strict health guidelines. People cautiously venture out, donning masks and maintaining social distance, eager to reconnect with their communities. The collective journey through the pandemic has left an indelible mark on the nation's psyche. The world may have changed, but the spirit of Kenya remains unbroken. I invite you to share your thoughts and experiences in the comments section below. Your stories matter and have the power to inspire others. Stay safe, stay kind, and stay proud. Kenya still stands. We remember and honor those we lost, cherishing their memories while drawing strength from their legacy. We celebrate the resilience of healthcare workers whose bravery and selflessness saved countless lives. And we acknowledge the unwavering support of community health volunteers who became beacons of hope in challenging times. The arts and sports sectors, however, face prolonged periods of inactivity, leaving enthusiasts yearning for their beloved pastimes. Teachers adapt their teaching methods to accommodate the new guidelines while ensuring academic progress is not compromised. Healthcare workers receive tokens of appreciation, recognizing their unwavering service. Communities rally together to support those affected by the pandemic, fostering a sense of unity and solidarity. We recognize the importance of unity, compassion, and the indomitable human spirit. Let us continue to embrace innovation, adapt to the ever-changing circumstances, and cherish the resilience that has brought us this far. The road ahead may still hold uncertainties, but let us face them with the same courage, determination, and faith that guided us through the storm. Together, we will continue to build a stronger, more resilient Kenya for generations to come. The resilience of the ordinary people of Kenya emerges as a beacon of hope, reminding us of the strength that lies within our shared humanity. Extracurricular activities are put on hold, and parents are encouraged to monitor their children's health closely. The education system navigates uncharted waters, striving to balance health precautions with the holistic development of students. Frontline workers, the unsung heroes and heroines, lead the way, followed by those most vulnerable in society. Businesses reopen, adhering to strict health protocols. The job market, however, remains challenging, with many still grappling to regain their livelihoods. Government stimulus packages aim to alleviate the financial burden on affected businesses and individuals, but the road to economic recovery is long and arduous. Entrepreneurs demonstrate remarkable adaptability, embracing technology to maintain operations. E-commerce flourishes as consumers opt for contactless transactions. The spirit of innovation and resilience shines through as businesses strive to stay afloat amidst the challenges. Faith leaders play a pivotal role, dispelling myths and encouraging their followers to embrace vaccination. They spot fever or flu-like symptoms, ensuring timely intervention. They educate children on preventive measures, instilling habits that become second nature. The importance of hand hygiene and mask wearing extends beyond the pandemic, fostering a culture of health consciousness. Community health volunteers become trusted friends and mentors, guiding children not only in health matters, but also in personal growth, homework assistance, and emotional support. Their dedication leaves a lasting impact, shaping healthier futures for generations to come. The elderly and those with underlying health conditions join the queue. Step by cautious step, millions of Kenyans choose to protect themselves and their loved ones, yet they stand firm, refusing to be deterred. The news reports paint a grim picture. Oxygen levels drop. Hospital beds fill up. Private sector partners collaborate with the government to establish vaccination sites, leveraging their resources to enhance accessibility. Community health volunteers go door to door, providing education and addressing concerns, turning hesitancy into acceptance. Traditional healers integrate vaccination messaging into their practices, bridging the gap between modern medicine and cultural beliefs. The campaign gains momentum. As more vaccination sites come online, people from all walks of life unite to shield themselves, their families, and their communities against the virus. Nurses on the front lines grapple with moral injury, witnessing the suffering caused by the relentless virus. The stark reality of limited resources weighs heavily on their shoulders, forcing them to make heartbreaking decisions. Market vendors innovate, setting up hand-washing stations at entrances and encouraging the use of sanitizers. The spirit of Ubuntu thrives, reminding us of the inherent goodness within humanity. Beaches deserted. In the bustling streets of Nairobi, hawkers pack up their wares. No more shoppers browsing for bargains. The vibrant fabric of daily life in Kenya is disrupted, leaving behind a haunting silence. Hospitals brace for impact. Doctors, nurses, and clinical officers don PPEs. The race is on to procure ventilators and oxygen. Nurses on the front line witness the devastating effects firsthand, grappling with the emotional toll of battling an invisible enemy. He is immediately placed in a mandatory quarantine. A few days later, he tests positive for COVID-19. The nation watches nervously as the president addresses the country. Children accustomed to the hustle and bustle of school life find themselves confined indoors. With schools closed indefinitely, they tune into radio and television lessons. Small businesses, the backbone of Kenya's economy, struggle to stay afloat. Families adjust their budgets, cutting back on non-essentials and seeking alternative sources of income. Agriculture, relatively insulated from the lockdown measures, becomes a lifeline for many. Some fortunate enough to own smartphones or computers to access online classes. Messages of caution are delivered door to door by community health volunteers. These unsung heroes traverse rugged terrains on bicycles or on foot, braving all odds to reach the most remote corners of the country. They translate complex health guidelines into local dialects, addressing misconceptions and fears head-on. Their tireless efforts prove instrumental in shaping public perception and encouraging preventive measures. However, many, especially in rural areas with limited internet connectivity, see their education interrupted. Parents transform into teachers, utilizing any resources they can find to keep their children engaged. The government's efforts to roll out the competence-based curriculum are stalled. Children play and learn from home. The digital divide widens, exacerbating existing inequalities in access to quality education. President Uhuru Kenyatta announces cessation of movement in and out of Nairobi, Kilifi, and Mombasa counties. Schools, universities, and colleges are closed indefinitely. Places of worship are shut and public gatherings banned. Curfews are imposed and social distancing becomes the new norm. Overnight, the bustling streets of Nairobi and Mombasa fall eerily silent. The iconic skyline is devoid of its usual vibrancy. Gone are the matatas that carried passengers to and fro, replaced by an eerie quiet punctuated only by police patrols. The air, usually thick with the aroma of roasted meat from roadside kidney joints, now carries a hint of bleach and sanitizer. Empty streets become the backdrop for lonely boda-bodas carrying essential service workers. Churches fall silent, mosques are empty. The cacophony of the call to prayer echoing across the cityscape is replaced by an unsettling quiet. Inside homes, families grapple with the weight of new realities. Join me now as I take you back to March 13th, 2020, a day that would forever mark the beginning of a difficult chapter in Kenya's recent history. I will walk you through the raw emotions, sacrifices, struggles, and triumphs that shaped these unprecedented times. Welcome to Kenya in March 2020. At this point, images of crowded Italian and Spanish hospitals fill our television screens. The World Health Organization had declared Europe the new epicenter of the pandemic, but it still feels surreal. Distant images, distant problems. Africa seemed spared. Then the news breaks. Kenya has recorded its first coronavirus case. At the coast, as weeks turn into months, life adapts to the new normal. The economy reels from the impact. Millions of people lose their livelihoods. As the year progresses, amidst the gloom, acts of kindness emerge. Tailors repurpose their skills, crafting face masks that become an essential part of daily life. By July 2020, Kenya records over 10,000 cases of COVID-19. Fear and anxiety grip the nation. Then comes the glimmer of hope. Vaccines arrive in Kenya. In the face of adversity, innovative solutions emerge. As the year draws to a close, a sense of cautious optimism fills the air. On the economic front, the wheels of recovery begin to turn slowly. Throughout the journey, community health volunteers remain steadfast, playing a crucial role in monitoring the health of children. Life begins to resemble a semblance of normalcy. Places of worship reopen their doors, albeit with limited capacity. Despite the challenges, the indomitable spirit of Kenya shines through. Acts of kindness and generosity continue to touch lives. And here we are today, at a point where Kenya stands on the cusp of moving forward. As we move forward, we carry with us the lessons learned during the darkest days of the pandemic. Thank you for joining me on this journey through Kenya's COVID-19 experience.